everyone, it's Linda Light here, and I wanted to welcome everybody who's new to my channel and thank the Higher Self channel for featuring one of my videos. Yesterday, I started getting notifications like crazy, and I was like, something's going on. So thank you, Dawn, and thank you to everybody who's new, and welcome. So I wanted to give an update about this week because obviously the Equinox is coming up Wednesday. And I also wanted to tell you a few personal things. So let's start with the Equinox. And then if you want to stick around for the personal things, we'll do that after. So these energies are coming in. I think I'm going to call this video The Calm Before the Storm. And then / personal updates. I don't know. Something like that. But the calm before the storm. That's all I keep getting. That's all I keep feeling. Yesterday started the calm for me. I was riding a wave for several days. It was massive at the end of last week. It didn't come in multiple little waves for me, multiple like boom, boom, anything like that. It was like one long massive wave that I was riding for several days. And it was pretty powerful. So I knew going into the weekend that I was going to be having a sort of Last Supper type of weekend. And that's for any overindulgences or any vices that I still have remaining, I'm clearing them out. I'll get into that in the personal part at the end. But I really wanted to talk about the Equinox because here we've got another massive wave that's going to be coming in, a pulse, a wave, whatever you want to call it. But we're all still going to be here Wednesday night, Thursday morning, Friday morning. Life will go on. The difference is going to be how you're different from the inside, how your DNA will be resonating at a different level. Now, granted, these energies affect everybody, but some people perceive them more clear than others. So if you're sleeping, you don't know what's going on. You think this is all woo-woo and it's, doesn't make any sense to you. You probably don't even watch these videos or any videos similar about such things. That's fine. Stay where you are. Your time is not right. The people that are just waking up and can feel these things and can sense it and it resonates and you know something's happening, maybe you can tune into these waves. Okay, so there's a group of people that are going to be having a light switch moment. I don't know how big or how small it is. I can't tell you, just like nobody else out there can tell you exactly how many people will have a light switch moment, meaning a pulse comes in and they're suddenly wide open to multiple realities at the same time. They can hear with their ears clairaudiently. They can see with their spiritual eye. Their pineal gland is activated open and they can see in multiple dimensions, including energy around bodies, spiritual beings, not just one part of it, but multiple dimensions. I think they're more few and far between. I can see energy around people, but I focus. I have to be in that state too. I have to be in that healing mind. I have to intend it, and then I can, open up and see some things. But I've always struggled with seeing color, so I was only seeing white light for a while, and I see much better with my inner vision, my inner clairvoyance, which a lot of people have, and they don't realize they're already online. Anyhow, that's a whole nother story, right? And so the light switch moment for a group of people, when your DNA is written, I think there is going to be some people that have that. There is a group of people that will have that. That's great. But there's also going to be a group of people that are going to sense it, and it's going to take a little bit of time. Because there's things the light quotient that comes in, you're only going to get as much light as you can handle. So as these waves come through and your body is able to hold more and more light, then they will affect you more. Your DNA will still get rewritten the way it's supposed to and turned on and unlocked and all of that. All of that will happen, but you might express that over a longer period of time. It might take you 3 or 4 days before you start to realize how it's affected your gifts and how your gifts are really online, and your perceptions will change and whatnot. It might not even take that long. It might take a couple of days, a couple more days, a week. It depends what groups you're in and where you're at and what light quotient your body is holding. And if that doesn't make sense, it doesn't have to right now. Just trust. All right, let me give you an analogy for people that this is like not really resonating or making sense. Maybe it resonates, but it doesn't make sense yet. You don't have to have it all figured out. Nobody does. I don't have it all figured out, and nobody else out there does. So let's think of it this way. Okay. So while you're a spiritual being incarnated into a physical body, you can actually reincarnate within that body. Your spirit can evolve and incorporate a higher self, which would be considered like a reincarnation as far as you're concerned. So instead of dying and having to reincarnate into another body and have that body grow up with no memory and memory loss, you are able to retain memories from everything that you've learned in this life and then merge them in with a higher aspect of yourself. You can call that a walk-in if you will, but I'm leaving walk-ins as a completely separate function that I'm talking about now. A walk-in would be in a completely different soul entity being where the lower part, lower mind, ego, personality part of you is actually gone. That's a lot more rare than you think, but it has happened and there are soul contracts for that. I'm not talking about that. Here, what I'm talking about for you right now is instead of going through the reincarnation and getting rid of this body and this vessel, you live to a certain point and then a higher self is going to come in and merge with you. So suddenly, maybe you don't want to do the things that you used to do before, or hang out people, places, things. You might have different types of likes and dislikes. And that is so that you can continue to grow within your body. So you are reincarnating within your body during this lifetime. And you're doing it within your own stream of consciousness. So that's pretty exciting. Now, some of these reincarnations that are happening within your body, it's allowing your soul growth to find itself. So it's incorporating your own self. And you can think of this event as when your DNA is overwritten and things are unlocked. Don't look at it as something scary. These are big terms that mean nothing to people who don't know science or understand anything quantum or whatever. You don't need to. All you need to know is, does it resonate in here? Does this make sense? Does it make sense that you can reincarnate within your own body and you're evolving your body with you? You can take your body with you. So you don't have to die to ascend. You don't have to die to reincarnate. You're already doing it. You've probably already done it. So that's a big one. You're reincarnating in your own body. And what does that mean when the event passes through at the equinox? Well, I guess a lot of us are going to reincarnate within our own bodies. That's great. We'll have to wait and see. Are you going to recognize if you did or not? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe you haven't even recognized that you already have reincarnated within your own body. It's a way of putting it. So reincarnate actually implies that you would have a new body. But the way to explain how your spirit is collapsing its own self. You know, they talk about timelines collapsing so that they become one. And even if you don't get that concept, you've probably heard people talking about it. If you think of you've been going vertical on that timelines collapsing. Now think of it this way. Your higher selves collapsing. And they're coming down, down, down into this body to evolve your spiritual understandings and your multi-dimensional perspectives so that you can not have to leave this body, reincarnate again into another body and play by the rules of the game in 3D Earth, which is to go through memory loss. See, now you don't have to do that. Because if you incorporate your higher selves, you gain that higher understanding, and bingo, there you are, closer to your soul. And the whole point of this game is to find your soul, right? Okay. So I know I'm talking about finding your soul and that, but it has to do with these waves coming in. And it has to do with handling higher and higher light quotients in your body, and how you can gain multi-dimensional rebirths, if you will, within the same body that you're in. You don't have to leave your body for that. So when these energies come in with the equinox and everything starts lining up even better, your perspective is going to go more vertical versus horizontal. And I think I said the opposite earlier. Vertical this way versus horizontal. So you can tell my poles are in a little flux. Things are shifting. The north is becoming the south, and east is becoming west, and vice versa. They're overlaying. Masculine and feminine are combining. This is what's supposed to happen. Just like how many times did you have to check what day it was or the date? You don't just keep these things in your mind. You're moving more towards being in the present moment. Okay, so when these energies come through, when the equinox happens, you're probably going to, there's going to be a big group of people that are going to be thinking they're losing their mind. And that's okay, because we're all going to be feeling some sort of discombobulations at times. And I know, like with Mercury and retrograde and communications and all kinds of crazy stuff that are challenging, I know, I just looked up at the time and it said 11:44. I love that. I said, I know, 11:44. Anyway, I know, and I don't even remember what I was saying now. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Well, you probably are, because you're following a normal story. Oh, yeah, there it is. So the communications with Mercury retrograde, it's like things are being taken. You're being forced more into circular time, the now moment, than ever before. So not being in the past or the present or the future, being in the present. And with that comes what feels like what we used to call senior moments, but they're not senior moments. This is more true living in true time, not false time matrix, not false linear time. So with that is going to come a lot of memory challenges, but don't think you're going crazy. You're really not. Just give yourself the prompts that you need and the time that you need. Okay. So enough of that. It's going to go through. I'll be back with updates. If I need to be back with an update before then, I will do that. I'm going to give you some personal information now if you want to stick around and listen. If you don't, then thank you for coming, and I'll catch you on the next collective update. And that's it for that part. Now, part 2, personal updates. So the calm before the storm. I was feeling that this weekend was going to be a Last Supper type of weekend. And it is, because I was guided going into the weekend, coming off of a wave that I had been surfing. And I was being guided. I was going to have to let go of everything else. I knew I was going to have to quit smoking again. And I did. Yay. So here I am, putting it out there. Also, any alcohol, any red meat, anything like with lots of sugar in it, that's what I'm being guided to do. So I know I'm going through a detox starting today. So I had corned beef last night. I have like red meat once or twice a year. And even white chicken, I need to, white chicken. Even white meat, I'm being guided to clear out everything and go through a major detox. So I started with a green smoothie this morning. I am not a breakfast eater, and I've drank. Yeah, you know what I mean. Smoothies and shakes and all of that, juices and whatever, you know what I mean. I've done all that before. I can get used to any kind of drink, and I can do that. But I'm not really a breakfast person. I've been really listening to my body and just eating when I'm hungry. But if I'm eating mac and cheese, or I'm eating dense meats and I'm supposed to be cleansing my system, then it's not really helping. So even cheese, I love cheese. And man, can that constipate you? So I was going through a detox in one of my dreams this morning, And I woke up like, oh, wow, it's already starting over there. And as above, so below, as within, so without. So I know this is going to be one heck of a cleanse for me. So I'm going to do it for at least through the equinox, at least like I'm going to say 4 days. So today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, probably going into Friday. I'll start with a 4-day for sure. If I can make 5 days, we'll do it. We'll see whatever Spirit's guiding me to do, but it's going to be water and smoothies. And I'm not sticking to anything hardcore like, excuse me, that's the smoothie coming up. Or talking to me, I should say. I will just do what I'm guided as I'm guided to do it and what my body wants. So if my body wants, fruits and vegetables as whole food and not juiced or whatever, I can munch on an apple or eat a carrot. But that's what I'm guided to do. Anyway, I'll keep you guys posted on all that. But for me, this was really the calm before the storm and the Last Supper weekend. And that's how I'm looking at it, because it was so cyclical. It was just like, wow, everything's coming back to exactly where it needs to be for the spring and the equinox and the energies we're receiving and the purging everybody's been going through. And by the way, I just wanted to say to you guys that have stuck around, excuse me, I wanted to say thank you for showing up. Thank you for your kind comments and words of encouragement and interacting with me and just being here in this space so that we can all learn together. I learn from your comments. I learn from other people's channels, and I love this community that's getting started. So if you guys start a channel, or if you've recently started a channel, if you have something that you feel is beneficial to other people and you would like to post a link to your channel, if there's a video that you're watching of mine and it feels appropriate to put a channel post on there, please go ahead and do so. If you feel guided and you feel inspired by something and it's very relevant and you feel like it resonates. Now, if you start spamming, I'm going to take you off, but I haven't had any of that. I haven't had any like negative feedback or anything yet. I know I'm not going to say it's coming because maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. But I really, really, really appreciate all of your kind words and your support. And I just want to thank you all so, so much. And also, one more quick update. So here we are in this 3D reality, right? And we're going to 4D and 5D and all of that. Who cares what the labels are? We're evolving. And we want to unplug from the matrix, so to speak, and we want to live a spiritual life, but we still have to play within this game. We still have rules of the game to sort of engage with. So in order to use this body in this world, we have to play by those rules. And one of those rules is paying your bills, at least for now. I mean, if there is a financial reset and we can ever do, like if I could do this for free and I didn't have to worry about paying my rent, I would do it all the time. Like I have no problem. And if I could pay my rent and I could just make videos, I have lots of writings. I've written 2 manuscripts back in 99 and 2000. I want to write and publish a book. I have lots of blog articles and I've been wanting to do it. When I did it before, I was staying up. My kids were really young back then. And I was staying up till 2 or 3 in the morning writing. And it's just right now, if I stay up late, it's because of high energy and I'm working on videos like this or comments and responding to people. Or the poetry comes through and I have to write it and I handwrite it. I'm old school. I want to put all my poems in a book too. And I just had one of you guys just suggested that I do that and put my work in a book. And thank you for that. I've been wanting to do that. I have it all in a book, but it's all written in pencil. So I need to make the time, but I don't want it to take away from something else. And I haven't been guided to do that just yet. But I will do that. I will put it together in a book. And hopefully I'll put my other teachings and writings in a book as well. And I wanted to write a novel too, just for the heck of it. Because, storytelling can be really fun. And I like getting points across through storytelling. Whether it's parables or metaphors or whatever you want to call it. I love it. So I think that's a really neat idea I'd like to try too. But I still have to pay my bills. So I was going to tell you guys I have an interview on Wednesday on the Equinox. And as much as I really don't want to do a 9 to 5 type of thing, I'm taking the perspective that if it provides me with money so that I can pay my rent and I'm not going to wind up out there in a tent somewhere, because I'm too stubborn to take help. No, that's not going to happen. But if I have to go out there and get a job and do that, then I will bring my gifts and my multi-dimensionality to wherever I go. So if I'm working a job and there's people and customers or whoever I'm interacting with, I'll do as I've always done. Just like you can have your state of enlightenment while you're washing the dishes. It doesn't matter. You can go for a walk, and if someone stops and asks you for the time, you don't just tell them the time and keep going. You smile and converse with them. Maybe there's some meaningful connection in that interaction. There's a reason why you bump into people and you interact with people, and you can make it more meaningful than just what the surface level appears to be. So that was my update. I'll take my spirituality wherever I go. I just started this a month ago, so I don't want to like slow down providing content for you guys. I want to do it as I'm guided. But that's where I'm at. And I love you all so much. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm absolutely overwhelmed by the positive response from everybody and the encouragement. So keep coming back, and I love you all. Talk to you soon. I'll be back when Spirit guides me. And let me know if you hear this well enough, okay? Because I was asked to use earbuds. So thank you very much, and enjoy your day. Namaste.